Hello everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Geo channel. I've got some more news for us today, and this one's pretty controversial, so I'm going to start with this. So Jump Crypto just counter-exploited the Wormhole hacker for $140 million. So they recovered the 120,000 stolen ETH during the 2022 Wormhole exploit. At the time, this was worth $325 million, which is crazy, about a third of $1 billion. At the time, a year ago, the funds were replaced by Jump Crypto in order to make the community members whole, which makes sense if you want to keep everybody on your platform, even though they kind of lost some confidence in how your platform operates. And what they did at the time was offer a $10 million bug bounty to the hackers in exchange for returning the funds, but they never agreed to this. So a month later, after that time, so around March of 2022, Dave Olson, so the president and CIO, told Bloomberg that they were working closely in consultation with government resources to get these funds back. And now, as of 3 days ago, well, from the time this was written, which is on the 24th, so the 21st, they recovered these funds successfully. What's kind of interesting is that on the 21st, so 3 days before they recovered the funds, they received an order from the High Court of England and Wales to take all necessary steps that would result in the retrieval of certain assets involved with the wallet address associated with the Wormhole exploit on the 2nd of February 2022. So we can also confirm that the assets were immediately passed onto a wallet controlled by the authorized third party as required by the court order. We retain no control or access to these assets. So Jump got these assets, but they don't hold them themselves. This is held with a third party. Alright, so over here they kind of describe exactly the process that they used to retrieve the money or steal from the hacker. I'm not really going to go too much into it, but what I do want to talk about is like the ethics or even legality of doing this. So at the end of the day, you did steal from a thief, so take that as you will. I don't think this is a great thing. I mean, they just pretty much showed that they're able to steal using their platform. Even though you could argue it was for a good cause, it really just sets a bad precedent for what they could do with their platform. I mean, we're in crypto because of the decentralization and like the removal of like government control over your assets and stuff like this. So this kind of defeats the purpose of crypto entirely, in my opinion. However, to each their own. This is why I mostly buy Bitcoin. So yeah, they mentioned one hacker may be ruining the missed opportunity to secure $10 million and to get out of jail free card. So yeah, he could have just said, okay, gave all the money back, gotten 10 million, and been free to do whatever he wanted. Now he's kind of screwed. Alright, on to the next article. So, surprise, surprise, Solana goes down again. Yeah, feels like this happens every couple months at least. So what happened is on Saturday, that would have been the 25th, the blockchain started to fork, and the validators RAM began to increase, and the train's transaction throughput just went almost to zero. So what happened is by 2 a.m., they were only processing about 93 transactions per second compared to 5,000 15 minutes earlier. So that's like from 100 to 5,000. It's like a 98%, more than a 98% drop in 15 minutes. Not too good. So while they were trying to fix this problem, the validators began to downgrade back to the previous versions, hoping that this would help, but it really didn't do anything to solve the problem. What they ended up having to do was restart the chain to the point right before the forking. This isn't very good. I mean, more about like some of the problems of having these like quasi decentralized like projects. Yeah, people can just go turn the clock back and do whatever they want. This doesn't really change too much from the centralized systems that we have now, to be completely honest. This is why when I look at altcoins, I mostly consider them like tech startups, more than I really consider them like decentralized like blockchain. So if you look at Solana, Saturday dropped 3.5%, 3%, about 7% to the bottom. I mean, this looks just like normal price action. It's like people don't even give a shit anymore. That Solana literally doesn't fucking work. All right. Anyway, final article. So, Coinbase is suspending BUSD trading starting on March 13th. This is pretty big news. So, yeah, I just mentioned that. So, the reason they're doing this is because when they reviewed BUSD, we determined it no longer met our listing standards and will be suspended. These listing standards are legal, compliance, and technical security. They don't really discuss exactly how it doesn't meet these standards, but I personally think this is more of Coinbase trying to wash their hands of the situation. Because the SEC issued a Wells notice February 12th, so like 2 weeks ago, against Paxos, the issuer of BUSD. Similarly, the very next day, New York State Department of Financial Services ordered Paxos to stop issuing BUSD, which led to a $2 billion drop in market cap within a couple days. So I've actually pulled up the market cap of BUSD over the past year, and if you can go back to February 13th, around here, it was around $16 billion, but today it's down to 10.5, so it's actually dropped 5.5 billion. If we actually look at the peak, it used to be at 23, so literally 60% or so of the market cap of BUSD just gone. Thankfully, I mean, price has been still like stable. I mean, it still jiggles around a little bit, but nothing too crazy. It hasn't even come remotely close to depegging, which is a good sign, to be honest. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about this. That's all I got for today. Until next time, take care.